Welcome to another Topic Tuesday. This is Dr. Mike McCall. Today we're going to talk about immune system. What is remarkable about our immune system is that every time they discover a new neurotransmitter is kind of like a new chemical that they find in the nervous system, either the brain or the spinal cord. They find that the white blood cells actually have a receptor to it, and not only that, the white blood cells also make that neurotransmitter, which means that the white blood cells act like a migratory nervous system. Isn't that amazing? Like a flock of birds. And so when you do get an infection, your body has to actually get all the white blood cells there. And if it's a virus or if it's a bacteria, you have these cells called monocytes, and they just attack it. And they engulf the cell, and then when they do, they break it down. So they're full of this really heavy-duty chemicals. And if once you start destroying that, it spills out lots of toxicity on the cellular level. Not only that, so when the monocyte eats it, it takes a piece of the cell, either the cell that was infected with the virus, so it goes after our own cells that have the infection in there, or it goes after the bacteria, and it takes little discrete but discernible pieces of those particular cells and puts it on its back, and another cell reads it, and then that's how your nervous system says, oh, here's what these culprits look like, and then you build up that second immunity. It's pretty amazing. So if you gotta be migratory, you gotta have enough water in the body. And I know I keep talking about it, but the craziest thing is about water, this last year, I have been amazed how much myself as well as my patients have been responding to many different things with just a little bit of water. So water is really important, but it's really hard when it gets cold because you don't think of thirst. But what happens is as your body is adapting to cold, those lymph can get thick like a jelly, not exactly like, but I'm just using that as an analogy, and it makes it harder for your cells to migrate. So when you can get some more water in there, it's great. Add a little bit of lemon. So you can do a lemon essential oil, or you can do a squeeze of lemon. Don't put the rind in there, and just sip on that throughout the day. That's really good to kind of clean out your lymph system. The other things you want to look at is you can take hot Epsom salt baths. A lot of times that's draining, because remember, when your cells, your white blood cells, are destroying other cells, it releases a lot of toxins. So a lot of times your body is reacting not because you have an infection in your body, but your body has a lot of toxicity that needs to drain. When it's not able to drain, it'll force drainage, which could be diarrhea, which can be puts it in your lungs to breathe out, so you start to have that, or your sinuses. So you become this little petri dish where it's easy for these critters to get in. So you just want to clean the environment out. That's that particular thing. All right. Other products, one of the things is when seasons change, when it's like hot and cold, especially in Oregon, our weather changes so abruptly, is when most people get sick. And this last 2 weeks, I've been getting people coming in with acute musculoskeletal pain out of nowhere. And in my opinion, that's caused because their body is literally trying to adapt to these different types of temperatures, which is based on the work of Hans Selye. He showed all that. And so one of the things that I'm doing is, once again, water is really important. But then you can also build up your immune system. One of the best places that I like to do is get rid of sugar. Doesn't mean forever. So in the middle of the winter, when the weather isn't fluctuating as much, you can eat off diet easier because your body doesn't have to deal with the fluctuations in temperature. There's a tip. But I also have a couple products. Congaplex from Standard Process is kind of like a multivitamin, but it also has a lot of immune things. This is really good to help for prevention, for colds and flus and that type of stuff. Another product is Immuplex. If you tend to have chronic problems, this product works really well. These don't by any means, what they're doing is just supplying your body with nutrition so your immune system can work better. And then Zymex is really good to kind of help your body with the toxicity. I'm on this right now just to keep myself safe. We also have some essential oils that work really well. Lemon, like I mentioned before. Young Living has Raven, which is really good for congestion. And then Thieves is really good detoxifier. They make Thieves cleaners. You can put some in your dispenser and permeate the room, and it has a really good cleaning, so you can clean out the air. It works really well. So that's what we have for immune. You got many options, but you know what? You know where to get it. The source. We'll see you next Tuesday.